Hey guys, so it's been a little while since I posted my first video. I was 29 weeks in that video, and today I would have been 36 weeks. And I say would have been because I had my son already. So since my last video, I did my glucose test. And I failed the first one, the 1 hour one, by 7 points. And then I did the 3 hour one, and I was borderline failing it. One number I failed, and then one number I was 2 points away from failing. So my doctor wanted me to do it again. They had me change my diet and then test again in 2 weeks. So I actually passed that one. And then on July 25th, my water broke. And that was less than a week after my third glucose test. So my water broke on that Wednesday. And I actually didn't know that it broke. So I did not know that my water actually broke. Being pregnant, I saw that my bladder was leaking and I was peeing myself. Like, why wouldn't that be what it is? So on July 26th, the next day, I was still like leaking, I guess. So I was like, okay, this doesn't seem normal. So I actually went to the hospital and they did a test to see if it was my water, and it was. So my doctor came and did an ultrasound and confirmed that my water had broken and told me that I was going to be induced. So I was 34 weeks and something days. I'm not sure. I can't think right now at all. So that Thursday, I was induced. I was induced on Thursday, July 25th, and they started Pitocin, and they put me on penicillin because I had not had my strep test yet, and we also did not know at the time exactly how long my water had been broken, because I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know. So I actually had my son that Saturday. I was in the hospital the whole time. I had him on Saturday at 2:11 in the morning. He was 5 pounds, 14 ounces, and 18.5 inches long. He is still in the NICU. He is 9 days old, and we don't get to see him that much. His dad works 2 full-time jobs, so he doesn't get to go over there very much to see him. And I actually can't go right now because I'm sick, and you can't go into NICU if you're sick. I've been coughing and had a sore throat for the last 2 days, so I actually can't see him. For the first almost a week, he was jaundiced, so he was under the Billy light, and he had an IV and he was on oxygen. As of 2 days ago, he has been off of oxygen. He is doing a lot better. He is no longer under the Billy light. They are retesting him tomorrow to see if he has to go back on it or not. He is not eating great still though. Yesterday was the best he's done, and he ate 70% of each of his bottles-ish. Some are worse than others. He has to be eating at least 80% before they take out his feeding tube. I didn't think that when I went to the hospital they were going to tell me my water broke. So it doesn't feel real still. Doesn't feel like I had him. I did have him naturally. I didn't have to have a C-section. Although a couple hours before I had him, we thought that I was going to have to because nothing was happening. I had been on Pitocin for 24 hours and I wasn't really dilating. When I went into the hospital, I was dilated to a 2. And at 24 hours later, when my doctor checked, I was only dilated to a 5, and I'd been on Pitocin the whole time. So they actually turned my Pitocin off and turned it back on half an hour later. And I got the epidural after 12 hours of labor. And then I ended up having him that morning. Sorry, I'm holding my phone so I'm sorry if it's kind of shaky. because I'm trying not to cry. It's really hard not having him here. I know that a lot of moms have it worse. Their babies come earlier and they have more problems. My son is actually in the NICU with a couple of babies that were born earlier, and their parents have been super nice and talked to me, and they're so kind. Other NICU parents have been great. They're very supportive of each other, and our experience in the NICU has been pretty good. We haven't had any issues. I really, really want my son to come home. His name is Camden. Camden Carter Smith. Today is the longest I have gone without seeing him. And that's probably the hardest part of it, is he is there and I am sick, so I can't be with my baby. And I really just want to hold him and be with him. I have been getting his nursery set up because I was only 34 weeks, so he was born at 34 weeks and 5 days, so I wasn't prepared for him to come yet. I had just had my baby shower. I didn't get maternity pictures. They were actually scheduled for the day that he was born. We were going to do them that Saturday. So this whole thing has been really hard. I just got used to my belly and now it's gone, and I don't know what to do. His dad works, he's not here, so it's just more lonely not having my baby with me like he was when he was in my stomach still. Being a NICU mom is hard, but it's worth it because you know your baby's being taken care of. And I know he's doing good and he has great nurses. His dad is going to see him. His dad was there earlier and he's going to see him again when he gets off work. It's definitely hard, but I'm glad that he's okay. I'm glad that I went to the hospital. I didn't wait because I still wasn't sure what was happening, so I almost didn't go. And I'm really glad that I did. And I will do a whole video on my birth experience and postpartum, because for me postpartum has actually not been that bad, and neither was my actually giving birth. That wasn't bad either for me. If you guys have any questions about being a NICU parent, or I'm also just pumping for him. He doesn't have the strong enough mouth muscles to actually breastfeed yet, so I am exclusively pumping for him right now, and he is not getting any formula. He is getting my breast milk, so that has been something that is actually going really good. If you guys have any questions about what it's like to be a NICU parent, or what it's like to pump for a NICU baby, or any questions at all, just comment and please subscribe. Thank you.